What is it, everybody? This is Jonathan from Team ChainBlock coming at you with yet another deck profile. But as always, before we get into it, please like, comment. We really do appreciate for anyone who is subscribing. As we have reached 1,400 subscribers, we always will try to reply to anyone in the comment section below. Please check the links in the description. You'll find the link to Kong's cards, and you can take advantage of our discount code ChainBlock5 for 5% off all your current and future purchases. Doom of Dimensions is here, so we have support in that for the big three decks. There's a new Canine card, there's a new Yumi card, and there's a new Draco Tail card. Shout out all you Draco Tail players. So yeah, save yourself some money at checkout, ChainBlock5. But a Banlist arrived not too long ago in YuGiOh, so everyone is kind of thinking, scratching their head, how do I use my Fiendsmith cards? A really cool way, which I was thinking of, and a deck that I've always liked since I tried it out at Master Duel all them years ago, is Magikey. It's a really, really cool deck that's kind of a fusion of every single mechanic in terms of summoning in the game that revolves around one normal monster. Now, that works really, really well, as a key component in this deck is a light fiend card. We'll get into that now shortly. So, I do apologise for butchering any of these names, because it is going to happen. So, we are playing two of the Clavkeys, the Magikey Sky Blaster. It's what your deck kind of revolves around. It's because it's a normal monster, obviously super, super important, and there's just loads of ways to search it, and then all your extra deck monsters and some of your main deck monsters do revolve around the specific normal monster, and it's just a really, really cool card. It's 1900 attack, it's 1900 defense. I'm old enough to know that back in the day, if that was a stat on a card, you'd be going bananas, because usually it was just either or. But yeah, really, really cool, really important for the deck. It is, as I said, what the deck kind of revolves around. Now, the big kind of link between Fiendsmith and this deck is Magnificent Magikey Mafteal. This card is really, really cool. So, it cannot be used in the Synchro or XYZ material of something that is not a Magikey monster. Now, that does not include fusions, and that does not include links. So you can use this for your Fiendsmith links, and you can use this for your Fiendsmith fusions. It is a level 4 light tuner, that is obviously important, and then you do get to reveal it in your hand, and then you can normal summon a Magikey monster. Now, in terms of monsters that you can normal summon, there are only two in Clavkeys and then itself, obviously, so you can normal summon itself. And then on summon, really, really cool, you just get to target a level 4 or lower normal monster or Magikey monster in your GY and then special summon it back. It's really, really cool. We do have additional normal monsters that you can target with that effect. Then our three really important ritual is 3 Magikey Bystial Buster. This card is really, really good. When it is ritual summoned, it adds any Magikey card from the deck. So, another important thing is once per turn, when an attack is declared involving this card, you and opponent's monster you control of the same attribute or a normal monster or Magikey monster in your GY, there's loads of different attributes. You can place any number of cards from your hand to the bottom of the deck and then negate monster effects up to that number of cards essentially, and then you get to draw that number of cards back. Really, really cool. Yeah, it is also a level 4 tuner. There's loads of ways to recycle it from GY. Incredible card. And then the other Magikey ritual monster we're playing, there's only one other one, is, I'm gonna butcher this card's name, Gar's Glazer. Well, yeah, I probably ruined that. But yeah, this card is really, really good. They all have this thing where they can be summoned with Mafteal, which is our fusion / ritual spell. And then it does gain 300 additional attack for each different attribute in your GY. We do play a few. And then when your opponent activates a monster effect of an attribute that you have in your GY, you can quick effect negate that activation, and if you do, destroy that card. And then if this card is sent to graveyard, you can special summon one Magikey, or you can add one Magikey monster from your deck to your hand. So really, really good. Now, we are playing 3 Magikey World. This is the field spell. It's a really good card. So when this is activated, you add your Magikey monsters. You'll mostly be adding your Mafteal if you want to go into Fiendsmith stuff. And then the first time each non-token normal monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can, basically it's not destroyed. And then during your main phase, you can add one Mafteal, which is our very important fusion / ritual spell, from your deck to your hand, and then place one card from your deck, from your hand to the bottom of your deck. Now, and then the next really important card in our deck is Mafteal. So you may have noticed this is Mafteal and Mafteal. This is essentially the soul that lives in this gun. The lore behind this deck is really cool. I highly recommend looking into it. So as previously mentioned, this is your Magikey Fusion and Ritual spell, and if you're using a normal monster for either the Fusion or Ritual summon, you can then use a normal monster from your deck as material. Also, we do play 2 other additional different normal monsters for that. So yeah, and then the other last card, I'm not playing the 2 other traps, they're not that good. They essentially let you, on your opponent's turn, either Fusion someone, XYZ someone, or Synchro someone. But we'll be doing most of that stuff on our turn. So yeah, the one trap we're playing is the Unlocking. It is essentially a spell trap card negate when you control a Magikey monster, or a Magikey monster special summon from the extra deck, and then you negate the activation. But it does have a really cool effect. You can destroy that card. So essentially, you can declare one attribute, and then if you do that, for the rest of the turn, all face-up monsters your opponent controls only become that attribute. So that can really mess up some cards. If someone's for some reason playing Fiendsmith, you can change them to not life fiends. And then obviously the yummy cards, they do require life fiends for a good few things. I think they require life fiends to go into some link monsters and then to special summon. So yeah, that really messes them up. So good card, it's the only one of the traps that we're playing. So that is it for the Magikey section in the main deck. Again, I do apologise if I butchered any of them names. I probably did. But this is also just kind of part of the Magikey package, I suppose. We are playing 3 preparation rites, as our Beta Buster is the main searcher of the deck. And then the ritual spells we are searching is 2 advanced ritual art and then 1 high ritual art. So 1 lets you ritual summon with a normal monster in hand, and then you get the ritual from deck. Then the other one is the reverse, you get the ritual in hand and then get the normal from deck. And then we are playing 1 additional target for this to search, and that is Saravis. Saravis is a really good card, obviously in Voiceless Voice, but this is just like an additional hand trap and additional protection that we're using. It protects against targeting, so anytime your opponent targets your card with an effect, you can discard Saravis and negate it. So, let's go into the other really good archetype that mixes so well. So obviously our deck revolves around a normal monster, and what better bunch of cards to help that than the Primite cards. So we are playing 1 Primite Dragon Ether Whirl, and then we are playing the Imperial Dragon. We do have lots of ways to special summon our Clav Keys back, so doing this on your opponent's turn and then either banishing their board, negating cards is really easy. We are playing the 3 Lord Reload, of course, the 1 Primate Roar, the 1 Drill Beam, and then the one not many people are playing in the 1 Fusion. So this is a really good card. It only came out in Duelist Advance. So you can fusion someone, importantly, 1 Dragon monster from your extra deck by shuffling its materials from the field, GY, and banished, or into the deck, including a normal monster. That's very good for us because it just says Dragon Fusion, and we do have a Magikey Dragon Fusion in the extra deck, so you can use it for that. But you can also banish this from GY and then add 1 level 5 or higher Primite monster from your deck or GY to your hand. It'll be this. And then as our last Primite named card, we are playing the Scream. This is really good. So when your opponent normal or special summons a card, while you control a normal monster, again, we will be doing that a lot, or a level 5 or higher Primate monster, you can negate the summon and then banish it. So that's really good. Searchable bit of summoning interaction there. And then, as I said earlier, we are playing 2 other normal monsters. We are playing the 1 Angel Plant Tuner. It's been a while since I've seen this card, Trumpeter, and then 1 Digtp, whatever this card's name is. It is a level 4 Light Fiend, which is again really important for going into our Primate stuff. So that is it for the Primate section. Let's go into our other 2 supporting archetypes, one of which has been mentioned many times before, and that is of course the Fiendsmiths. So we are playing 3 Engraver, 1 Lacrima, 1 Lurie, 2 Tract, and then 1 Fiendsmith in Paradise. Now I am going to mention that this deck list is 59 cards because my 3rd Fiendsmith track just is taking an eternity to get here, but I most definitely will be playing that when that arrives. But yeah, these are the Fiendsmiths. I don't need to explain what they do. They're really good. Everyone's just kind of looking for decks to play them in. I did put up a Lightsworn Fiendsmith video, which is doing really, really well. So people are just exploring links to do that. I will be doing a Fabled Fiendsmith deck when one of my other orders arrives. And then the other card deck that I had planned for this was obviously Magikey, because Mafteal is just an incredible card and it really does bring the two engines nicely together. So that is it for the main deck Fiendsmith section. The last engine we are playing in is one of my favorites, and that is the Bystials. These work out really, really well. We are playing lots of lights and darks. We are playing some nice cards in the extra decks that we can take advantage of the attributes. So 3 Debellion, 1 Baldrake, 1 Magnemite, 1 Saronir, 1 Drewsworm, and then of course the 1 Regain. They're Bystials, we know what to do at this stage. What they do really, really good and better than any other set of monsters. So that is it for the Bystials. Let's go into hand traps, and we are just playing 9. This is really up to your personal preference. I'm just playing 3 Ash, 3 Nibiru, and then 3 Swallows. You can play whatever you want. Yeah, it's up to you. You could probably stim down a few other cards and then play another set of Bystials, but yeah, or another set of hand traps. But yeah, that's what, just for this deck profile, that's what I'm going with. Now, and then let's go into our extra deck. We are playing the 1 Requiem, Sequence, Agwande, the freshly unbanned Lacrima. This sends Life Fiends. You can send your Mafteal with this. This also can, you know, go into some funny extra deck stuff in High King Caesar. Desiree is really, really good card. It's quite easy to make. And obviously our Mafteal is a Life Fiend. You can use it for this card's fusioning. And then into the Magikey extra deck monsters, we are playing 1 Transform Mine. Again, probably butchered that, but it's really cool synchro. So you need to make it 1 Magikey tuner and 1 normal monster, but again, that's not hard to make. Your Mafteal is, as I said earlier, he just reveals himself for an additional normal summon, so he is a 1 card synchro. So it can make up to 2 attacks each battle phase. You do need to make it with 2 different attributes, but Mafteal is a light and then Sky Blaster is a dark. And then if you control this card that was sync or summoned using 2 attributes, you can set 1 Magikey spell or trap directly from the deck. So you do have 2 ways to search, well, one way to search a monster, 1 way to search a Magikey card, and then 1 way to spell a spell or trap. So you have 3 searches in this deck for Magikey cards. Really, really cool. So yeah, you set it directly from the deck, which is even better. And then if your opponent, this is really cool. This is the reason why that trap exists that lets you synchro summon in your opponent's turn. So if your opponent normal or special summons a monster with the same attribute as you have in the graveyard, now that's everything, not just normal monsters. So if you have multiple attributes in the GY, you can take full advantage of this card's effect. So again, if your opponent summons something that you have an attribute in the graveyard, you can destroy that monster. That is not once per turn, and it does say monsters, so if they summon multiple monsters at the same time, they're all getting destroyed. Really, really cool, and it is quite large at 2/8/2/8. Now, the other Magikey monster we're playing is we are playing the Magikey Beast. I am not even going to try to pronounce that second name. Again, they are all kind of except this one. This is the only one that's not like a tuner. This is also a tuner. So yeah, fusion summon 1 Magikey monster, 1 normal monster, not including a token. It doesn't have to be Sky Blaster, it can be your other 2 normal monsters. If this card is fusion summoned, you can add 4th way you can add the Magikey Mafteal from your GY to your hand. And then you can target with attack position monster your opponent controls with the same attribute of what you have in your graveyard, reduce its defense by 1000, and then you can attack this, and then if it's attacked, it is banished. And then another really, really cool card. This is the card I mentioned earlier that your Primite Fusion can make in your Magikey Dragon. So again, yeah, 1 Magikey effect monster, 1 normal monster. So when this card is fusion summoned, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects. It's really cool. Then once per turn, you can target with normal monster or 1 Magikey monster in your graveyard, and then destroy all cards your opponent controls with that card's attribute. So yeah, so cards we have in this, that's going to be a light or an earth or a dark. They are 3 big attributes in the YuGiOh at the moment. And then once per turn, if your opponent's monster with the same attribute as a monster in your GY is destroyed by battle or card effect, which is probably going to happen in this deck a lot, you essentially just get to draw 1 card. So again, that is also not once per turn. Really cool. We are playing Cross Sheep because we can't take full advantage of its draw ability because we do have ritual monsters, and then we also play fusion monsters, so we can special summon a monster from the graveyard. One SP Little Knight, Primite Dragon Netter Berzelius. This is a really cool card. This, if you get this out first and your opponent doesn't have like an Imperm or, well, not just an Imperm really, this just kills Yummy. Because, so it gains 1,000 attack for each normal monster using its fusion material. It does have the cool thing where it says 1 permanent monster +1 plus normal monsters, so you can use up to 3 normal monsters for this, make it absolutely massive. But essentially what we're using this for is you can negate the effects of monster your opponent controls whose level / link rating / rank, really cool, that's a 3 of them, very rare card, or less or equal to the number of normal monsters in your graveyard. So you'll probably be able to get this up to 4 sometimes. That may not happen, definitely 2. So all the only monsters at level 1, you can negate the fatal effects of all link 2 monsters, and then if this card is sent to your graveyard, you can special summon 1 normal monster from your deck in defense mode. So this is a really cool card. It's a really cool lingering floodgate. Shout out everyone in the team ChainBlock who thinks that I just love floodgates, but I'm not gonna lie, this is really cool. And then the last 2 monsters in the deck are 1 Chaos Angel, it's very easy to make, and then the 1 Bystial this pattern. So that is it for Fiendsmith, Primite, Magikey, Bystial. This deck was really, really fun. It was a lot of fun in testing. Again, I just fell in love with this deck after playing it in Master Duel in one of the little story modes. But yeah, please like, comment, subscribe. See you.